Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Hey, 59!
Check, 55 to Mike.
Watson with a give to Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another tackle for loss from the interior of that D-line. He had 4 of those last week, partner.
And what you can glean just from the statistics, even if you don't watch the tape, is that he is what we call a one-gap player. Meaning that's all he has responsibility for, which means they want him to get upfield, penetrate into the backfield, and make plays. When you're a 2-gap defensive tackle, you've got to cover up too much ground, and all you're trying to do is hold the point of attack. You don't get very many tackles for loss.
The O-line, they better figure a way to plug that gap. Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Shit.
21.
Ryan. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but now it's 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta. Hey, here we go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Here's Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's checking. Crash.
Here's Freeman. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. As they come up now on 3rd and 7. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
Gun. Go. Here we go. 40 wants the mic.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Tavecchio puts this one through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, The action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 31, check 31. Hey, 24.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Miller. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the 50, it's Watson. On the comebacker, complete. That's Fuller. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 27. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Get in the way.
Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Texans have taken the lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On second down, Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready. Right 25. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. 41's the mic. I got you. 54, Seth. Check 4. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 3. Pilot, 64, weak. 54, Seth.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And now it's 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
We have hit halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Second half begins with a run from Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27. Watch the run. They're running it.
To throw is Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10.
Mike 25.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Watch the edge. 51, jump! 51, jump!
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Stocker's got it. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
3 down, 3 down.
11. 55. Hey, let go. Eat. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Army. Check. Got it. Check. 55 to Mike.
On first down, Ryan. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Falcons.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Mike, 51. Mike. Hey, Mike. I'm coming.
Now Ryan. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter from Oakland. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Hey, Charlie. Watch the call. 22.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Let him know.
Let him go.
Let him know.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and very short, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Play it, play it, play it, play it, play it, play it.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Set. 19. 27. Here we go, here we go.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yard. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 22-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Texans 13, Falcons 12.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 4th-quarter comeback for the QB.
41 to Mike, 41 to Mike. Check, 41. 20. You don't want none. Hey.
61, matchbox lights.
You don't want it. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Under 10, 10. Check that.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
5. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. Hey, we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Watson on 1st down. He's got Fuller. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check 55, check 55 to Mike. 54. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. We own this.
Now it's Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike, check 59.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch twits.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Shit. Wait. Check. Hey, Alpha.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 21. 41 Mike. Hey, exit.
It's our time. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Here we go.
Wait.
From the gun, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, box truck. Hey, Tuesday.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, seam 6. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Hey, keep it up. 41 Mike.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Ready. Here we are. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got three. Kill.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Freeman again. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm here all day.
A 20th carry now for Freeman. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They come out here in the eye. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try and run with Freeman, and he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This is it. 19. We ain't giving them nothing to take. Switch. Switch.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 51. Stop. Bravo. Right here. 41.
Ryan wants to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, orbit. 20. Hey, Haywood! Tighten up.
Ryan to throw. Completes his short throw to Stocker. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Ryan. And he's got it. And he's brought down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.